Hello and welcome back to Crosshatch Puzzles. We're here for another New York Times Daily Crossword Solve. Today is Wednesday, March 11th, 2026, and today's puzzle is by John Guzzetta. I don't recognize the name, but I don't see anything about a debut, so I'll assume it's not. I may get interrupted, so I'll try and get through this as sort of in short order, and I apologize in advance if I do have to pause the video at any point. Yeah, it's a Wednesday, so we'll expect a midweek, mid-difficulty themed puzzle. And let's see what John has up his sleeve for today's puzzle for Wednesday, March 11th. Clause separator in grammar, probably a comma. Channel showing committee hearings. Yesterday, on Sunday's puzzle, we had CPAC, but that obviously is not the case here. Request and ask, to ask and ask. Winning for the moment, probably ahead in the game. Don Giovanni genre, opera, presumably. Container for sardines. Sardines usually come in a tin. In 1968, Spencer Silver at 3M Corporation was attempting to develop a super strong adhesive. I mean, I imagine this is what Scotch tape ended up being, but let's see what we want here. Upper limit is a cap. Well, that's a surprise. Do we want oh-ho, maybe? Marked by a religious zeal. I don't know what word they want there. To join is... I feel like I should see this, but I don't. Tennis score after deuce. Add in probably is what they want. It's a lesser used term for advantage, I think, for the server. I think that's what's going on there. Old French tale. Old French tale. With whom the dish ran away, and hey diddle diddle, the dish ran away with the spoon. Blank dish, probably petri dish, given what we have. Exist, I think we want the plural here, are. Rapper Little Nas X. Oh, C-SPAN. Yeah, okay. Old French tale, a conte. Yes, fair. 1 in 100. I don't see it. Post-it notes, a super strong adhesive, but ended up inventing Post-it notes instead. Wrap for an athlete's injury. Tape? 1 in 100. Senator. Oh, right. Okay. Yeah, there were 100 senators in ancient Rome, I think is what's going on there. And join is to mate, as in to pair together, I guess, is what we want there. Marked by religious zeal, probably messianic, I think, then. Tricolor pasta, I guess. Channel for old westerns, don't know. Wander, probably to Rome. Vulgar course, possibly. Olympia painter, I guess Manet. TCM looks like the channel here. Having streaks. Striped? No, that won't fit. Community center for games and activities. Rec room? Is it a rec center? The language in which computer is made up of the characters for electric and brain. With a C, I'm guessing Chinese. I can never remember whether Cantonese and Mandarin are equivalent in the way they're written, but not equivalent in the way they're spoken, or the other way around. A producer of milk for Roquefort cheese. I guess it's a sheep's milk cheese, so a U, I guess. Blank Culturistas, popular podcast. Dos? I don't know. Street sign abbreviation, maybe avenue. Ran out as time, I guess elapsed. Las Culturitas, that makes sense. In 1945, Percy Spencer at the Raytheon Manufacturing Company noticed a chocolate bar in his pocket had melted close to a magnetron, ended up inventing the microwave oven. Very good. Deal with, to cope with, I guess. In 1926, Alexander Fleming at St. Mary's Hospital in London, Ontario, I believe, found mold in his cultures of Staphylococcus bacteria and discovered penicillin. Recognized could just be known, something that's recognized as known. Mount associated with Moses' Mount Sinai, musician Yoko is Yoko Ono, and part of Micronesia is an atoll, which is a geographic feature, a collection of islands, I think. Alternative to fries, maybe? Slaw, coleslaw. Things a vest lacks, sleeves. Answer to the riddle, how many are going to St. Ives? 1, I think. I don't remember what the riddle is, but I think that's right. Shoe part, an insole. Take one's foot off the gas. Let up, I guess. Figuratively, anyway. Maybe literally, too. Tire inflation measure, pounds per square inch. PSI. Measure being abbreviated. We want the answer to be abbreviated, too. McAuliffe's one-word reply to a German commander's demand of surrender. That's hard to say. German commander's demand of surrender. I feel like a tongue twister there. But I don't see what this could be, actually. I would have thought 9. But no. Attacks. Besets. Initials on a police forensic van. Probably crime scene investigation. What? Nuts? One-word reply to a German commander's demand of surrender. Nuts? Is that right? That would make this besets. Clue examiner, probably a detective. Polar explorer Richard. I don't actually know this one. Like Mercury among all the planets vis-a-vis the sun, Mercury is closest to the sun. Hightailed it. Sped, possibly. Paradise is probably Eden's. For sure, yes. Vaudeville show, a review. Large cask, a ton, I think. Yeah, happy chance, as illustrated by the 4 invention stories in the themed clues. Serendipity, I think, is what we want there, and that would make Ireland to the Irish. Ire, I think is, or air, maybe is how you say it. Jessica, who won an Oscar for Driving Miss Daisy. Jessica. Lang. Maybe this is not closest. Nearest. That would make sense. Richard Byrd, probably. Jessica Lang. I think this is better. Many first-time smartphone owners, probably teens, is when people typically get their first smartphones. General Assembly participant for short. General Assembly participant for short. I don't know. Exam for college applicants, an SAT exam. What is it? Scholastic aptitude test, I think. Update as the Constitution. Oh. What? This is not right. Update as the Constitution should be amend. Am I thinking of the wrong person entirely? Angsty could be emo. Topsy-turvy. Jessica Tandy? UN rep, right, the UN General Assembly. In 1943, James Wright at General Electric was attempting to develop synthetic rubber for the war effort. Silly putty, I think. Yeah, Jessica Tandy. I haven't heard that name in a while, and I haven't seen Driving Miss Daisy in a long time either, and I don't really remember it. Moving on up to Jefferson's theme song. Having streaks, stripey. Oh, weird. Quickie Mart proprietor on The Simpsons is Apu. I was guessing stripes, but stripey, I guess. A rec hall makes much more sense than a rec room. Racetrack shape is oval. Certain renewable energy, probably solar, given what we have. One to build on. Build on a lot. Build a house on a lot. Shade of off-white is ivory. Singer Garfunkel is Art Garfunkel. Milky coffee drink is a latte. Deli bread option is rye. It didn't quite get it in under 9. That's too bad. I do like those time landmarks, but under 10 anyway. And so let's take a look at these themed invention-themed entries here. So happy chance, as illustrated by these 4 invention stories, these are serendipities. So in most cases, people not looking to invent the thing they ended up inventing. Spencer Silver attempting to develop a super strong adhesive, which 3M Corporation now does certainly offer many super strong adhesives, but in this case ended up coming up with the adhesive light Post-it notes, which are a 3M mainstay. Also a Canadian company, I believe. 2 Canadian stories here. Then Alexander Fleming found mold in his cultures of Staphylococcus bacteria, not intending on inventing penicillin or discovering penicillin, but that's what the result was. Percy Spencer at Raytheon noticed the chocolate bar in his pocket had melted close to a magnetron. I'm trying to remember what Raytheon, I think, is an arms company. So they must have been building other things, not microwave ovens, but the magnetron obviously had that effect on the chocolate bar and discovered microwave radiation can do that, and developed the microwave oven from that. And finally, James Wright at General Electric, attempting to develop synthetic rubber for the war effort, ended up coming up with silly putty instead. Happy chance. These are all examples of serendipity. Good theme for today by John Guzzetta. I don't know that there's anything really to address otherwise. I need to remember the riddle, how many are going to St. Ives. It's a sort of a long, drawn-out thing, I think, in a poetic form, if I recall correctly. But I don't remember what the full thing is. I do remember having heard it at one point, yeah, I don't know. What else? Yeah, something in here. Jessica Tandy got me for a while. Again, I've seen that movie, but a long time ago, and I don't remember. And Jessica Tandy is not someone who I've thought about in a long time, so did not immediately come to that name. And I'd not heard of Las Culturitas. Presumably 2 or more women discussing culture. I'll have to look up that and see whose podcast that is as well. And I don't know this. I don't know this name, McAuliffe. Again, presumably either World War I or World War II scenario here, but I probably historical as opposed to fictional. But I'll have to look that up. And everything else is pretty straightforward. So that's a good Wednesday puzzle by John Guzzetta. I hope you enjoyed this solve. If you did, let me know by giving me a thumbs up. And if you want to know when I'm posting next, do hit that subscribe button and you'll get those notifications. And we'll see you next time on Crosshatch Puzzles. Thanks for joining me. Cheers.